lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Shout out D on the track, Paint Music Media. Shout out DJ Lee Productions, and I'm Al Care. But if you a game changer, got my head, my grind on high, win, lose, and drought. I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 I'm full court press. I pledge allegiance to the best. Ain't nothing left to give it that reverence that the Father gets. So every day I work the sweat, can get a flesh another rest. They say go hard or go home. I say just do whatever's best. It's evident I'm blessed and I work like it. Fight like a Viking. Fight like a lichen. The difference is I like it, so I shine like I'm lightning. So I'm going head to head with certain depth. Who you liking? Yeah. So it's time for coach to put me in. I'm strapping on my shoulder pads, lacing up my cleats, and then I'm gone with the wind. Like I'm gone in 60 seconds. You can't hold me, you can't check me. Check the memo, check the message running through. Like I'm baddest, I'm trucking whoever standing in my way. Ain't no way you gon' stop me. You better off to let me in. Cause I go hard, even though they say no way that I could win. Like I'm Brett Ford, I'ma ride this way. My head to the sky, my grind on high. Win, lose, and drought. I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 Yeah, I told you once before, my God came to change the game. Different outlook on to life, a different way to play the lane. Now my rushing yours is skyrocketing. Now I'm so insane. For the kingdom building, now my shot it cannot be contained. So I'm gon' pray for change for myself and then what I can. I don't need no euros or no pesos or no money grams. Shout out to Wado, cause I know that he gon' play this fam. The FCA Sports Camp, game changer, summer jam. I don't need 100 grand to tell them that they need the lamb. It's heaven, ain't just who I am. Al Kim, this where I stand. Man, I'm gon' play the fist. It's so deep to turn it quick. It's like I'm out from the trap to turn around, get back in it. Never that's so insane. It's evident your book they chain. Like I'm Jack Johnson. The same year he changed his name. So I sacrifice my life for the cause just to win. And if you a game changer, let me see you represent. My grind on high. Win, lose, and drought. I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 Now put me in, coach. 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 I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard. Cause I'm now a game changer. I'm 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 a game changer.
Welcome to Monday. This is your favorite entrepreneur, Charles McCutchen, and you are on Charles's Corner. Hope y'all ready. We're going to talk some real estate, y'all. We're going to get it in, and the reason I love talking about real estate because I did some research. And the research that I looked at a lot of wealthy people, and the one thing I found that they have in common with each other is real estate. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to become a savvy investor. I'm not saying you have to do any tired from corporate America, 14 September 2012, and I love it, I love it, I love it. And all I did, to be honest, I didn't give up on me. I'm never giving up on me. That's not going to happen. From that point, while I was in corporate, I was doing real estate. I started real estate back in the day. I didn't know what I was doing. I bought my first house at like 22, and I didn't have a clue of what was going on. I can promise you that. And a couple of years after that, they told me about this thing called equity. And I ended up taking out $37,000 and buying another property, and that's how it went from there. And that $37,000 wasn't taxed, per se. So that kind of changed my whole world. Being that I went to the bank, I literally went to the bank in some jogging pants and a T-shirt, and I did it on purpose. And I went in there and I captured $37,000 check, and it was, the teller went to go get the supervisor, and the teller was staring at me, at the corner of their eyes, looking at me and looking at the check and looking at me and looking at the check. Then the supervisor comes over, you can't cash this, right? I said, I'm not trying to cash it. I'm just trying to put it into the bank. He said, well, we can't give you any money. And I said, no, I'm not asking for any money. I just want it into the bank. And then he kept going. He said, well, it takes 10 days for this amount of money for you to, for us to give you any back. And I said, that's fine. Can I just deposit it and it can stay in the bank? And then after I started, doing real estate a little bit more, I would go back to the same bank and see the same teller. And then she whispered one day, she bent over and whispered to me. She was like, what do you do? It was so funny. And then I just said, I cash checks. So from there, I started doing writing and stuff like that. So I became a best-selling author last year, writing a real estate book, go figure. And I have another real estate book that's actually coming out. Then I became, with that, I opened up my nonprofit helping homeless veterans. So I have some land in Chesapeake, Virginia, going to be building there, either 3 or 4-story for homeless veterans. And it's just a lot of paperwork, but, somebody has to do it, so it might as well be me. I'm actually writing another book, the educational book, and my goal for that one is to be #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. I have some experts. I know some up in Michigan right now, and we're putting this together, and we're gonna, make some moves with that. So I have a lot of fun in what I do, but it is a lot of work. As far as the real estate piece, current is down in Dallas, doing a single-family homes down there. In Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, it's like literally on the beach. Got some land down there. We're going to be building an assisted living / independent living facility down in that area. So I've done the rehab. I've done the wholesale. I've done the buy and hold, the rentals. I've done real estate, and I don't have a license. So every time I hear people say, I need to get a license. I need to do this or do that. I ask people, what do you want to do in real estate? Saying that when you a realtor and an investor are two totally separate things. We have some commonalities, but the only thing is when I do deals, some real estate agents don't understand some of the things that I do. And, I'm not the guy to show houses or anything like that, depending on the deal. Don't get it twisted. So we have different ways of doing business. I was working with one guy, and he has, the real estate agent stuff on him, and he was trying to do a deal, and he said he needs the money to do the deal, and that's the only thing that's stopping him. And anybody who says that to me don't really understand real estate. So with real estate, it's not about the money. First and foremost, how many people can you help? If you take it off of trying to get $1 out of somebody and take it on helping people, then you'll be more profitable, and then your money will come by default. If you have a great deal, the money will come. It's not even about the money. If you do the numbers the right way and look at the numbers the right way, the money will come. I look at, what's your vision for your future, and A lot of people don't want to do mindset in the real estate world, and I get it because I didn't want to do it either. And a lot of people don't have stuff written down to say, where are you now? Where do you want to end up? And it's like writing down your goals, and we don't do that. I don't know why. I tell people, do it as you're already there. Do you want to have, back in, I can tell you this one. Back when I was like, man, I want to get into this book with this one guy. He's a real estate guru. He helps so many people across the country. And I've been looking at getting with him for 2 years. And then ultimately it came my way, and I took advantage of it. And so I got to be actually in a book with this guy. So it's write your goals down. And your goals will take you a little bit further. If you can't see the writing on the wall, literally, the writing on the wall, it's really going to be hard for you to get there. You talk about, motivated sellers. I hear that so much. And it's like, it's cliche right now because, we hear it so much. Motivated seller, motivated seller, motivated seller. And it's like, you get tired of hearing that. But we all need sellers. So the biggest thing for me in real estate is actually marketing. When you understand marketing, if you get marketing, you'll understand that I don't care which business you have, marketing for me is 75% of my business. And I'm going to give y'all some ways you can market as well. But marketing is 75% of my business. Please believe that one. So I put some stuff out there on how to get started. I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to give y'all some of the do's and some of the don'ts. I'm going to tell y'all where y'all can get funding. I'm going to talk about the hard money. I'm going to tell you some of the things that a lot of people are not doing in the real estate world that you could be doing, that you can make money and let them do what they do. The least you should do weekly, and I already spoke about one guru. I'm not going to give names because I don't want y'all saying, I told Charles said go to this person. I didn't say do that. That's why I'm not going to do it. And what they mean by the real no money down stuff. Because truthfully, well, there is no money down. I'm just going to put it that way. There's no money down, and for me, you don't need to close a deal, like close down on a deal in real estate to make money. There's different ways to make money in real estate. Wholesaling a deal, really all you're doing is signing a contract. So it's not like you're taking title to the contract. You're actually getting it from somebody, holding it for a minute, and you're giving it to somebody else, so you don't have to take title to a contract. That's one of the biggest things. The biggest thing for me when I talk to anybody and everybody is money, 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 money. I don't have the money to start. I don't have the money to do the deal. I don't have the money. I hear it so much. So I'm going to talk hard money. There's private money. There's bank money. There's so many different types of money out there. Hard money first, and hard money for me is whoever controls the money controls the deal. If you're getting hard money from somebody, they can tell you, I want 23% of the deal. And so what hard money lenders, some of them, now there's so many different ones, so I cannot sit here and go through every last one of them, y'all. It's not going to happen. But a part of getting the money, to me, is forming a relationship. So in your neck of the woods, in your neighborhood, you got to get out there and talk to people. People should know that you're in business. People should know that you do real estate. People should know you're an investor. And then that's when you can go out and hopefully connect with somebody who has funding, because most people with money, like if they really have money, they're trying to find a home for their money to make a better percentage on their money. And for you being, if you are a novice, you just kind of starting out, they want some people that's done a couple of deals because they have skin in the game. Some of them want you to have skin in the game, so they may say, well, I want you to have, X number of dollars in the game. And if you have money in the game, that's even better because they know that, you want to get your money back. So you'll fight harder to get yours back than you will for theirs. So hard money, you have a thing called points. And before I do that, the biggest thing you need to learn, one of the biggest things in real estate is the lingo. If you don't know the lingo and you out here doing deals, you're not going to fare well at the deals that you do because you can't talk the talk. You can't talk the lingo. People are not going to understand you. Most of them won't say nothing. They'll listen and be like, what are you even talking about? this guy don't know what they're talking about. This lady is all over the place. She's going to tell me something, and people won't talk behind your back before they try to help you out for some reason. That's just how some people are. So some hard money lenders, they'll say, well, we want points. What they want is percentages. They want the money, and just to break it down so you have a better understanding, they want a piece of money on the front end sometimes. They want a piece of money when you actually sell the deal, when you get it contracted out or what have you. So, and they want a piece of the money. I've seen 12%, 15%. I've seen 30%. But the thing is, you can't count anybody else's money. Don't do it. If they giving you the money and you don't have to put up any money, it's better to do the deal than not and just give them 30%. It is what it is. If that's what you need to do to get the deal, that's what you have to do. So you can't get mad. You just can get better. And by getting better, you do a couple of 3, 4 deals, and now you don't need their money. So now you have private money. That's somebody you know. They may even give you a great percent, like 8% on your money. I don't know. Whoever controls the money controls the deal. They can tell you they want X number of dollars, kind of like a private lender, but it's definitely up to them. If it's private, it's definitely up to them, and you'll just have to figure it out. Hard money lenders, those are some companies out there. They're looking at your FICO score. Some of them, they're looking at your credit score and figuring out where you are and if you have money coming in. They look at all this different stuff, and sometimes you have to fill out all this paperwork to get access to it, give your firstborn, and then they'll give you the money. Some private lenders are a little bit lenient, especially if they know you, if you know them through somebody, so it may be a little bit easier for you to get some of the funding. There's a lot of websites out there. This is what I caution people on. Don't start asking for money in general out in the public, because you're going to find somebody that's going to try to scam you. And by scamming you, most of them will say, well, we want, and this is not all of them, so do your due diligence. Please do that. They will say, we want $2,000 down, and once you get the $2,000 down for your application fee, and you need to send that via Western Union or something funny, you're not sending it to a lawyer. So you have to just be cautious in what you're doing. That's why I would rather, if you're starting out to learn the game, just do some wholesales. Because wholesales, you don't have to come out of pocket. You don't have to market, but you don't have to come out of pocket to get the money. So that's another way. The one biggest thing out there for anybody doing real estate is marketing. And marketing, it's so monotonous, and it's just like it's going to rip you apart to where you're going to keep marketing. And a lot of people, this is where they lose. They start doing real estate, and they haven't done any deals, and they start marketing just a little bit, and then nothing happens, and then they quit. It happens to the best of us. You'll see, as far as marketing, some people are going to help you market. And when I say by that, you have all those for sale by owner signs out there. You can actually call them up. Call them and see what they need. And that's the goal, is what do they need? You got to say the right thing, though. What do they need? For a reason. I know a lot of y'all won't go door to door. I've been door to door, knocking on doors. You got to say the right things to the right person so they can make the right decision if they want to work with you or not. But it's how bad do you want it? How hungry are you? What do you need? Should you use an extra $2,000? Should you use an extra $5,000? Why? And are you willing to do what you need to do by any means to go out and get it? What are you willing to do to get it? So there's this thing called wholesaling out there. And that's where you can see what people call the no money down tactic that's being used. And wholesaling is nothing more than you getting in between a deal to where you're going to give it to somebody and they're going to either rehab it or keep it for themselves. So you in between the deal. You found the deal, and now you got to find a buyer. I'll show you all some ways you can find some buyers as well. And that's, to me, a funder, somebody to fund the deal. So when you're doing wholesaling, there can be 2 contracts or 1 contract, and I change it up depending on how much I'm going to get double close. You can double close, but if you double close, you got to pay double the fee. So you got to work with some people that don't really try to count your money. Because if you get in a wholesale deal and you got $30,000, $40,000 in there, I'm seeing people get $100,000 for a wholesale deal, depending on the type of deal you're doing. So you do a wholesale deal and you make $20,000. or $30,000. The people that are doing the deal that you buying from, they may try to change the contract up. And if they do, just make that be the last time you work with them, because they're trying to count your money. It's not like you're trying to count theirs. So it's what I do. I look for cash buyers, and there are some in your town. I don't care where you live. There's cash buyers everywhere. So what I do is I look for cash buyers, and I look for them to be able to close within 10 days. And let me give you a little scenario, and this is what happens to me, and it happens to a lot of people. I get a deal, and Connie, if you're on the line, I'm going to go over a piece of your deal, because you still have a deal. You just got to act on it and know what you're doing. So I'm going to go over your deal so people have a better understanding, and you have a better understanding as well. So you get a deal that comes in, and nobody else knows about it but you. Dun, dun, dun. So you have a deal on the table that somebody's selling a house. So one of the things I would do, I would find out how much the house is worth total, the after repair value. I would look at what the house is sold in the area. What house is sold in the area that, let's say you have a 3-2, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I would look at what house is sold in the area that are 3-bedroom, 2-bath that has about the same square footage. I would look and see what, I need to have them. I would like to have them. I'm going to say like. To have them within a 5-mile radius. So those are called comps or comparables. So I see a lot of people paying for comps. You can do them yourself because nobody can get it down to an exact science. It's not like 2 + 2 is 4. It's not even like that. So in comps, 2 + 2 may be 6. I don't know, because nobody can get it down to an exact science. When you get up into the $1 million deals, nobody can get that into exact science either. There's more skewed the higher you go up as far as the numbers. So let's say you get this deal. What you need to have is a buyer's list. How you find a buyer's list? Go to meetup.com, type in your city, then type in real estate, and I don't care if it's within 2 to 4 hours, you need to be going to those events, because there's somebody there that is a cash buyer. Somebody there buys houses. Even if they have to get funding, you may not get a cash buyer, you can get somebody to get funding. So you have your buyers like that. Let me tell you how else you can get some buyers. You see all those signs that's out there, we buy houses and all that, James buy houses, grandma buy houses. Write those numbers down, call them up, see what they're buying, see if they're cash buyers or see if they're just wholesalers, because a lot of them are just wholesaling the property. So you get that property in, and now you have about 3 to 5 cash buyers. What I do is I go to my first buyer that I know buys that type of property, and I throw it to them. I say, hey, I got this property in. Let me know what you do. Run your numbers. Here's my numbers. Let me know what you come up with. And let me know, anything you want to know about it, blah, blah, blah. So I give them a couple of days, maybe only 3, because this is hot on the press now, especially if I have it under contract. And you need to have it under contract. Please have it under contract. Please, please, please have it under contract before you start blasting it out, and I wouldn't blast it out anyway, before you give it to anybody, because everybody tells the truth. There's only a few people that's going to lie and try to go behind your back and take the deal. Make sure you have it under contract, family. Then you go tell the first person, hey, before I give it to anybody else, I came to you. I'm going to let you look at it. Tell me what you think. Let them do their due diligence to drive by the place. I'm not showing houses. I'm not truly not trying to show houses. That's time-consuming. What I will do is get a lockbox, and what I will do, now there's a difference is if somebody lives there, before I get this contract signed, I let them know that, I'm going to definitely be coming back a few times. So I got to get my guys in here, my home inspector. I got to get a few guys in here, check the property out, blah, blah, blah. What I'm looking to do is get enough time so I can get some buyers who want to buy the property. So you got people that's serious and people that's about that nonsense. And people that's about that nonsense, they will waste your time. You will be having, if you want to, you can go out to that house every time somebody want to see it, and you will have your time wasted. Now, you don't want to do that. You truly don't want to do that. You want to work with people who can make a decision off of the numbers. And when you in the house, you can do a video. Do a video, take pictures, so you have all that stuff and say, hey, I got a video so you can see everything I saw. I have pictures. I have the numbers. Run your own comps because I don't want you trying to tell me that I told you it was X number. Just run your own comps. Do your due diligence. Let me know if you want to purchase it, And if you don't, I'm definitely going to give it to somebody else. If they don't get in touch with me, I get back in touch with them. And if they don't, I go to the next person. It's okay. Find out who's the cash buyer. I will give y'all something. Find out who you can trust as a realtor as well, who you can work with. They're always good folks to have around. Because realtors know about things that you don't, because a lot of homeowners go to them before they even get listed. Some realtors get that information, and you can actually have that information. And so let me go over Miss Connie's deal right quick. So Miss Connie just hit me up today, and she said she has a deal on the table, and the deal was, it's a house out there for $42,000 and $700 a month. That's all the information I have. That's the asking price, I guess, was $42,000. And I don't know the after repair value. I don't even know if they have repairs, family, and y'all just bear with me for a second. So if I just got that deal, somebody hit me up, hey, I got this house, I'm about to put it on the market. Right now it's not on the market. It's not even being rented right now. Okay, well, when can I come see it? I'm going to set up an appointment to go see it, take my clipboard and all that kind of stuff. All I want to do is see what the pain points are. Why do they want to sell it? I need some information from them, from the homeowner, from the people. I need information with me. I am bringing a contract with me, and that's a contract to buy the property. And I would say get with your city, wherever you are, and find out what's the standard contract to use, and use that one. Don't try to use somebody else's. You can do a contract on a scratch piece of paper, as long as you're legally trying to do the right thing. It's all on the up and up. You don't really have to worry that much. So $42,000, I don't know the ARV. So what I do is this. I take the after repair value, I multiply that by 0.65 because I want to leave a little bit of money for myself, and I subtract the repairs, and that gives me how much I can afford to buy this house for someone else so they can make money. So that will be the after repair value times 0.65 minus repairs equals my MAO, which is maximum allowable offer, whatever you want to call it, your max offer. So I give them my max offer and see what they say. Either they say yes or they say no. If they say no, I ask them, well, what are you going to do with it? And Miss Connie, the property that you have right now, you just told me that as soon as you talk to me, somebody just rented it out for a year. No big deal. You still can put that property under contract, and you still can have that property and flip it to a buyer and still make $1,000. You can make $2,000. You can make some money off of that if you can get it for the right price. So you're going to have to find out what's the after repair value, and I want you to go out in the area. You don't have to go out. You can get on the computer and look at what houses sold for. Don't look at what they're selling for. Look at houses that have already sold, because you can't change those numbers. It's public information. And find some that's close to that one that you have, and find about 3 to 5 of them, and then run the numbers, and whatever the highest one is, the ARV, and I change it up if I'm about to sell it. So I do it different ways if I'm buying or if I'm selling a property. So you do that, and if you can get it under contract, you need to already have a buyer's list. And if you don't, you need to go through all those steps that I said to get you a buyer's list, and then you need to push it out to your first buyer to see if they're willing to purchase. But if I were you, I would put it on the contract first, because there's a few people that may be dishonest. It may go behind your back, and they can take your deal, and you can't say anything because you don't have it under contract. You go and I like to do the going off of people's word thing, because I'm a man of my word. So I would rather do it that way. But some people you just can't trust. So you got to find out if you can get the contract. That's what I would do. So even though they rented it out, that means there's a person in there that's a good buy for somebody that's looking to do a buy and hold. So you don't know until you find out. There's something that you can do, everybody can do, and this is what I just asked this guy on Facebook today, Mr. Jeremy. I asked him, he said, hey, I'm about to take my test. and then I can, start this real estate. So I asked him, I said, well, why do you want to do real estate? He said, well, I have some clients that I want to do something with. I guess they may have some bad credit. And so he has clients that he's going to work with on their credit to put them into a house. So my comeback was, you don't need a license to do that with what you're talking about, and you don't need a license to do real estate. You need a license to be a realtor. You don't need a license to be a real estate investor, okay? Just letting everybody know, because that's a myth that's out there that, a lot of people come with that, and I'm like, I never heard that. So I kind of gave you some do's and don'ts, where to get started, where to get the funding. If you have a good enough deal, the funding will come. Talked about hard money. I'm telling y'all from everybody else is doing. Now, this is what everybody else does. A lot of people go to the MLS, which is a multiple listing service. They get their lawyer. They put some earnest money down. They try to get a foreclosure. Earnest money is about $1,000, and they put in a bid for this property. Let's say $135,000. So now they got to come up with $135,000 to close the deal. And depending on what they're going to do with the deal, they can either close the deal and keep it, or close the deal and give it to somebody else, and hopefully that somebody else will pay $145,000 so they can make $10,000 on the deal. That's what a lot of people are doing. Let me tell y'all something. The multiple listing service is, in a sense, a public thing for all realtors and investors. We see a lot of stuff that comes from the MLS, and that means if I see it, it's a great deal. Everybody else sees it as well if it's a great deal. So what happens to me is I put my money in, my earnest money, and it stays in there about 2-3 weeks sometimes tied up. I'm waiting on the bank to make a decision on who they're going to give the money to. If I'm doing a wholesale and somebody else is doing a rehab, the person that's doing a rehab is going to make more money than me. So I'm not going to bid that high. And so the person that's doing a rehab is going to bid higher than me now, 9 out of 10. So the bank is going to give it to the highest bidder because the bank is not in the business of real estate. So I lose. I'm lost. It's not going to work for me. So my money's tied up. I get that $1,000 back in probably 3 weeks, and then I can do it again, and just keep going and keep going. But you truly need to have about 25 deals out there to actually get a great deal. 25 deals almost at one time, simultaneously, before you can get maybe 1 or 2 deals that you can get under contract. Just telling you what I know, family. Y'all can take it how you want to take it. So when I talk to homeowners, I let them know that, you don't have to pay me a 6% commission. Sorry, realtor, let them know what I let them know. And sometimes they have a closing cost as well, and I'll say, hey, I'll pay your closing cost. That's something you can take. So a closing cost maybe 2 or 3%. I don't know. And some people don't want to pay their closing costs. So if I tell them I want to pay it, that's just something I use as a tactic so I can get in the deal to use the house. You can buy your own house the same way, y'all. You don't have to put down the funding and all that stuff, and if your credit is not where it needs to be, you can rent to own a property and buy it later while you're fixing on your credit. A lot of people don't think about that, but it's out there for the taking. The biggest thing a lot of people don't do, Ms. Connie, I hope if you get this deal, great. If you don't, I need you to follow up with them. I need you to send them a thank you card. I need you to call them up. When you follow up, the thing with follow-up, 80% of people, you get an 80% better rate of getting the deal after you followed up like 5 to 7 to 9 times. And that's just numbers. You have to follow up. And a lot of us do it one time and then we're off the table. I had a lady who got back in touch with me after an entire year. She got back in touch with me and started asking me about what we were doing. If you're just now starting out, I wouldn't want to do rehabs right now because I don't know your financing or anything like that. The goal is to get in. If you're just starting out, you can do wholesales or do lease options. Get in and start understanding the lingo first, and then, make phone calls. A lot of people don't want to pick up that 500-pound weight. Make phone calls. I got scripts. There's a lot of scripts out there. What you say, And the thing is, make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. A lot of people don't want to make mistakes. You're not perfect. None of us are. Every deal is different. It doesn't matter what you think is going to happen. Murphy's Law is definitely going to take over. So don't worry about that. But at least you got out there. You didn't get the deal? Okay, great. Let's move on to the next one. But did you learn anything? Did you learn anything? You got to get the basics down before you can go into, you going big time and trying to do all this stuff and trying to be, creative. Let me give y'all this one. This is what this is where I wholeheartedly believe. There is no such thing as a real estate guru, somebody that knows everything there is to know about real estate. I don't think they exist because there's so many different ways that you can do real estate. So many different ways. I was speaking to a guy, he's a multimillionaire in the real estate arena. Speaking to him, and he told me about some things that I do, and I'm just like, I just listen. I didn't, complain or nothing like that. He just doesn't do that type of deal. He didn't do that type of deal. And I just listen like, to me, he's a millionaire. He do what he want to do, leaving money on the table. In my world, you leaving money on the table because what you want to do is start understanding how to do a wholesale, somebody else, how to do a subject to, how to do a lease option, how to do a wraparound mortgage. There's so many different types of deals out there that anybody has access to, but it's just, and if that person, even lawyers, they may not understand what you're doing. They may not even know how to do a doggone double close. They're like, well, we don't do those. That's just not the lawyer you need in the real estate arena. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a legal person. I'm not giving you legal advice. Seek those professionals out at the meetup that you go to or that you attend, or get on the webinars or go to the seminars to get those professionals that you can get around that can take you to a person that shows you, well, yeah, this person is great. They do double closings. This person is a great CPA. This is my banker right here. If they're doing real estate, they have all these people. You don't have to, I don't know anybody that does this. You know somebody. They're within 4 hours of you. If you're not willing to drive 4 hours, you're really not willing to get the information. I live in Virginia. I'm in doggone California doing real estate. I'm in Dallas doing real estate, Michigan doing real estate, in Maryland doing real estate, North Carolina doing real estate. It doesn't matter. You can do real estate all over the country. I go get information from experts all over the country because I want it, because I need it, because I know that they have something I don't have. I just went to a meeting this weekend. Just got some information, fresh off the press. A lot of it was stuff I already do, stuff I already know. I learned a few things, but I'm going to keep going because you have to keep yourself going or you're going to quit on you. So get the standard agreement. Don't just try to make your own up. You can, but I faulted to the lawyer. Somebody that took the bar, so if something goes down, you can go right back to them and say, hey, is this a good contract? Yes, no, blah, blah, blah. There's so many different things you can do in your contract. There's like a one-page piece of paper to assign a contract and or assign. You cannot assign a contract from a bank. So if you think you're going to assign it from a bank, you got the wrong thing coming. Because the bank going to say, I want my whole $200,000, and then you can give it to somebody else after you pay them their money. That's just how they operate. That's just how it is. You can raise money. You know what? Let me ask you this. A lot of people have funding. There's no shortage of money. And you may know people that have money. And if I was you, you got to ask the right question to the right people. Ask the right question to the right people. Ask yourself what you feel comfortable with giving somebody as a percentage on their money. And if, like Miss Connie, if you needed money to do that deal, you could ask a person like myself to say, well, Charles, I know you're very busy, and I was just asking you if you know anybody who can use 20% on their money, let me know. It's not like you asking me. You asking me if I know somebody. And that's one of the best things you can do. And I do that, and I do it because I don't want to ask that person directly. I don't want to feel like, because anytime anybody talks to me about money, it's like we all shut down. It's like, I ain't trying to talk. You ain't trying. Don't talk to me about that. Nice try. Because we know how it is. We know how it is. Nobody wants to give out any money. But somebody may want to make money on their money. I just eliminate that person and go from there. So step one, let me give y'all some steps. Step one is to figure out why you want to do real estate. Step two is to figure out your legal people, your power teams, some folks that you can work with in doing real estate, being that a realtor, a lawyer, an accountant, a banker, stuff like that. Step three is to get legal. Do you have an LLC? Do you have an S Corp? What do you have? You have some type of entity to protect yourself. It's all about protecting yourself. Step four is like mindset. Figure out how long are you going to be in this industry. Most people come and go. That's just what it is. I'm here. I've been here for years. I don't plan on leaving. I don't care. Even when the market goes bad, because it's going to go bad, the way I do real estate is not going to affect me. The economy falling right now is not going to affect the way I do business in real estate right now. Not going to affect it. I use OPE. Other people's everything. Some people use OPM. Other people's money. There's ways to do it, but you have to be smart about it. And the goal is to help people. Then you have to come up with a plan of, okay, am I going to go and do wholesaling? Am I going to do rehabbing? What do you want to do? How much time do you have? How much time do you really have? Do you have a favorite show? Turn that doggone show off and jump into real estate and do some due diligence, start learning. From the time that you're watching your TV show for 2 hours, you can put 2 hours into real estate and pick up some lingo. Know what an ARV is. Know how to close the deal. Know what to say when you go speak to them and do your appointment. Write down the number that you see around town and see if you can flip it to a buyer. Hopefully it's somebody you know. If it's not, you need a contract because it's only a few people, like I said, that's going to do the wrong thing. And it's sad that we got to do that, but that's just real estate. So I'm giving out the basics of real estate. Have a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, where you write down the information. If you went to somebody's house and got the information, you write down notes about their dog. If they love fishing, write it down so you can follow up. And when you follow up, I wouldn't even talk real estate. How's everything? Say, when the last time you went fishing? Oh, okay, sounds good. Okay, well, you have a good one. They know what you're calling for. It's no secret. But you don't have to bring it up because if they need you, they will bring it up or they will call you. That's it. Until they calling them, it is what it is. And as you investors that's on the call right now, stop being greedy. Give up a bigger percentage. 8% is nothing. You can give up 10, 12, 15%, 20% until you get to where you need to go, I guess. But give up a percentage of the money. Should I be giving up 30% on some deals? That's just because my goal is to help people. Other people's goal is to get fat, get greedy. And that, that's neither good, neither here nor there, but you can give up a bigger percentage. There's more than one way to get funding. There's more than one way to do deals. There's a lot of people told me that you can't do rent to own. I was like, well, why are people across the country renting to own? Does that even make sense to you? And this guy had 35 houses, been in the industry for years. He was about 70-something years old. Been doing real estate, but he told me that it was illegal. And I said, no, but see, if you're listening to the wrong people, that's what you're going to get. That's exactly what you're going to get. So, I'm going to keep doing these calls. It's every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and there's so many different ways that we do this with the calls because I do, the real estate, the finance. The bigger thing for me is financial freedom. That's where we're going with this. So I do want to thank Ms. Kimmy. She actually got me on here, helping me to grow. And, because when you can teach something, you're growing by teaching. So it is a blessing to be able to blaze the radio station for Elation Radio, then Elation Magazine. And I know she's coming out with Elation TV, and I don't know what else is coming. But this lady stays working, and I love that. So I'm going to pray us out real quick. Father God, thank you for allowing me to bless the people. Thank you for those that got on the call and for those who couldn't make it. We honor you, and we know everything begins and ends with you. See to those who are going through the struggle and continue to bless the many. In your name we pray. Amen. This is Charles' Corner, Charles McCutchen, your favorite entrepreneur, signing out. Next Monday I'll be here. It's all information. Y'all take it easy, but I have one more thing I want to say, if I can, real quick. We have multi-million-dollar ideas in our mind, but we're settling. We're all settling. A lot of people are settling for like $20 an hour, and they're going to pay you just enough so you can keep coming back. Y'all take it easy. Later.
Strikes attention, trapped in poverty, generations of injustice and inequality. Ancestors changed the world, and though they came in chains, and you the strength and hope lives and still remains. You're mighty and majestic, descendants of kings and queens. Royal blood flows through your veins, children of the dream. Hold your head up high. Keep reaching for the sky. No matter what, I know you can sing it. No doubt about it, you're gonna make it. You're royalty. You are royalty. You're royalty. We got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. Brother, you're a king. Sister, you're a queen. Children of a dream. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. Every day and every hour, stand up tall with pride and power. No matter what people say about you, never ever doubt you. Keep pushing, give it all you got. Don't stop till you reach the top. So hold your head up high. Hold your head up high. Keep reaching. No matter what, know you can take it. No doubt about it, you're gonna make it. You're royalty. Oh yes you are. Got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. Brother, you're a king. Sister, you're a queen. Children of the tree. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. You're beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. We got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. And you're marvelous. Marvelous. And so powerful. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. Royalty. Oh, royalty. We got a message for you. We got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. My brother. Brother, you're a king. Sister, you're a queen. Children of the tree. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty.
King Kuta, here for you and I. Got this message, I'm spreading the most high. Head high, I shine like my father smile. Down upon my kings and queens of all time. Blessed man of color, original king ruler. Slave that made a way metaphorically. King